So what if I told you that a guide written over a century ago, way back in 1913, actually holds the key to navigating the chaos of our modern professional lives? Today, we're diving into the timeless wisdom of the power of thought. And you'll see it's a pretty amazing tool for finding focus and clarity in our super busy world.
Okay, let me ask you a real question. In a world of non-stop notifications, never-ending to-do lists, and back-to-back meetings, do you ever feel like your thoughts are controlling you? You know that feeling, like your mind is a web browser with way too many tabs open? Yeah, you are definitely not alone in that struggle.
And it turns out this is not a new problem, not by a long shot. The ancient Bhagavad Gita describes the mind as restless and difficult to control. But, and this is the part that gives us hope, it immediately follows up with this powerful promise, yet it can be subdued. So this isn't about you lacking willpower, it's about learning the right technique.
This ancient struggle really brings us right to a very modern problem, one that this old text helps us see super clearly. Let's call it the modern mind's dilemma.
What's so wild is that this text from 1913 is basically talking about what we now call burnout. It argues that the source of so many nervous disorders isn't the work itself, it's the misdirection of our energy. You know? It's not the heavy workload that completely drains us, but all the scattered, unfocused thoughts we bring to it.
So how do we even begin to fix this? Well, the author starts with a really fundamental principle that we have to grasp first, and it's this powerful idea that your thoughts literally shape your reality.
Here's the core idea. Our life is just the outer manifestation of our inner thought. What you're thinking doesn't just stay put in your head. Oh no, it's a creative force. It's like a seed that grows into your actions, your relationships, even your career path.
And hey, this isn't some new agey concept. This is ancient wisdom. Just listen to how the Upanishad puts it. What a man thinks that he is, this is the old secret. Our thoughts don't just describe our reality, they are actively building who we are, moment by moment.
It's a really simple sequence, but it's so profound. First, we think. Then, we act. Every single project you lead, every email you fire off, every success you celebrate, it all started with a thought. So the quality of that first thought, well, that basically determines the quality of the outcome.
Now, to make this a little more concrete, the text presents a really clear distinction, a choice really, that we're making all the time between two totally different modes of mind.
On one side, you've got the scattered mind. We all know this one, right? It's divided, it's distracted, it's just constantly reacting to everything. The text says this leads straight to stress, sorrow, and failure. But then there's the other mode, the focused mind. This one is described as single and serene, and this state, it leads to tranquility, strength, and success, simply because you're able to act with real intention. It's not about your circumstances changing, it's about your mental state. Okay, so we get the problem, we see the goal, but the big question is, how do we actually get there? How do we make that shift? Well, lucky for us, the text gives us a super practical guide to achieving mental stillness. And here's where the advice gets incredibly practical and, honestly, a little surprising. The very first step toward controlling your mind isn't mental at all, it's physical. Before we can even begin to tame the mind, we have to quiet the body.
So here's a simple daily routine right from the book. First, just sit quietly. Find a moment to stop all physical activity. Second, hold your body still. Consciously check for those little fidgets and just stop. Maybe you'll notice the gentle rhythm of your own breath. Third, choose an ideal. That just means fix your mind on a single positive thought or a goal. And finally, and this is probably the most important part, gently refocus. When your mind wanders off, which it will, don't fight it. Just gently, persistently guide it back to your chosen thought.
This little practice doesn't just benefit you when you're sitting there in silence. It has this huge ripple effect on everything you do, which brings us to the real power of a focused life.
Your thoughts don't just live in a vacuum, they literally radiate an influence on every single person you meet. A calm, focused mind creates this atmosphere of stability and confidence that affects your team, your clients, your whole workplace. You actually become a calming presence, not a chaotic one.
I mean, just think about the immediate leverage this gives you. Like the text says, a single thought in the morning can color your entire day with either joy or gloom. Just choosing to focus on one constructive thought before you even check your email, that can set the tone for a productive, fulfilling day instead of a reactive, stressful one.
And it's just amazing to remember that all this direct, actionable advice
comes from this text, Power of Thought, first published all the way back in 1913. It just goes to show you the challenges of the human mind, they're truly timeless.
So, I'll leave you with a question to take with you. As you start your workday tomorrow, what single thought will you choose, intentionally, to shape your day?